Everyone talks about the NBA offseason when free agency kicks in and tracking players' planes and who's going where, who's having lunch with who. I think the NFL is finally there, at least just at the quarterback position, because you start looking around, you named all the quarterbacks, and you start looking at the teams. It's one big puzzle. Like, what are the Jets going to do? What are the Raiders going to do? And you probably have a lot better of a beat on it, but I mean, it's too hard to even make a prediction right now, I think. But hopefully something shakes out in the next 2 weeks. It'd be really fun during Super Bowl week if someone
Yeah,
steals the thunder.
I would love it, especially if it's Rodgers or Carr, which feels like the biggest trades possible. I think someone's getting traded in Green Bay. I think it's going to be Jordan Love more likely than Rodgers, just because like the next team that gets Rodgers has to pay him $60 million next year. And that's a lot. Some teams could figure it out, but it's a lot. And I think some people might want Jordan Love after he showed a little more this season, but it's not too early to have like a feel. Like your Giants there, Jerry. Like I got a feeling after their press conference, Daniel Jones is more likely to stay with the Giants than Saquon Barkley, for instance. You definitely get a feeling from the Seahawks. They'll probably keep Geno Smith. They'll find a way to do that. Whereas with Tom Brady, I know he's, dropping F-bombs on his podcast that he doesn't know what he's doing, but I feel like I know what he's doing, and it's not going to be on the Bucs. I'm just not sure where.
Well, what do you feel like he's going to do? You can't just dangle that in front of us.
Well, I mean, I think he's going to look for the best non-Bucs situation, most likely.
Vegas.
It felt like a Vegas. I was on that corner a long time ago just because it's so logical. Mark Davis, their owner, wanted Tom Brady. Like, it's out there. It's public. They're at the UFC thing. There's been good reporting that John Gruden did not, and which is really funny to think back on it because Brady almost won an MVP, won a Super Bowl, and I think it was an ego thing that Gruden didn't want Brady running the show. But Mark Davis is still there. John Gruden is not, and who's the coach? It's Josh McDaniels. Sometimes I think we make it a little too complicated. It feels like that's the best spot for him.